This episode is sponsored by Honeybadger. Honeybadger has your back when it counts. They are the only error tracker that combines error monitoring, uptime monitoring, and cron monitoring into a single and simple to use platform. Their mission is to tame production and make you a better, more productive developer. In this episode, we're going to take another look at Turbo and just some of the recent changes that have been made. And one of the features that I've been looking forward to the most has now been released in the first release candidate. And that was issue 299, where make links with method work everywhere, not only inside Turbo frames. And to illustrate the issue that the new release fixes, if we were to generate a scaffold where we have the show, edit, and destroy buttons, and we click on the destroy button, instead of giving us a confirmation dialog and destroying it, it just takes us right to the show page. So instead, we would want the interactivity that we had with Rails Vue.js, where when we click the destroy button, we get the confirmation dialog, we can hit OK, and then it's removed. And so in this episode, I want to take a look at this new functionality, how we can implement it and get it working like we had back with Rails Vue.js. And did you know that you can go to railsstore.com to get your own Ruby on Rails t-shirt or your Drift and Ruby t-shirt? So be sure to check that out and use the promo code RUBY for free shipping within the United States. And so to start off, I'm going to create a new Rails application. I'm just going to call it template. And I'm going to pass in the flag skip JavaScript, so we won't be using Webpacker or Rails Vue.js. We'll then go ahead and just generate a scaffold, and I'm just going to put in a few different attributes: the name, the color, the price, and a SKU. I'll go ahead and migrate the database. And then I'm also going to add the faker gem just so I can go ahead and populate the database with some fake records. And because it's not important for this episode, I'll just paste in when I'm going to be seeding in the database. We'll be looping through this product create 100 times, and it's just filling out some random information. I'll go ahead and run Rails DB seed to generate these in our database. And so now when we come to the products, we have our table with the show, edit, and destroy action. If we click show, that works as we would expect. Edit does as well, but then when we come to the destroy, because we are having to pass the delete verb back to our Rails application, that's usually done with a data method, and Rails Vue.js would have picked up on that and made the appropriate delete request. However, because we don't have Rails Vue.js installed on this application, it's just taken us to the show page as a get action. We can even inspect the source to see the data method delete, but without Vue.js, or some other method, then this isn't going to work. And so again, within our terminal, I'll go ahead and run bundle add hotwire-rails, which will pull in the turbo and the stimulus gems. And then I can run bin rails hotwire:install. And again, because I created this application without JavaScript, then that means that all of the turbo and the stimulus controllers are going to be pulled in from the app assets JavaScripts instead of Webpacker. And so if we look at the view for the index of our products, and the link to destroy is where we're going to have to change this method. I'm just going to go ahead and make this multiple lines just so it's easier to read, and then I'll create some data attributes. So the first thing that we need, instead of having a method delete, we need a data turbo method. So within this data attribute, we could have a turbo dash method, and then we can call delete on here. And that's all you have to do with the current version of Turbo in order to get that functionality. And for right now, the data confirm will not work, but we'll look into this in a minute after we get our delete functionality working again. And so now coming back to our application with that change made, we can still inspect this, and we can see that now we have a data turbo method is equal to delete, and it's going to our products, and then the ID2, which we would expect. So if we give this a try now, and we hit destroy, we then get taken to no route matches delete for products, and that's a bit strange. So if we look at the controller for the destroy action, we are deleting the product, and then within a respond to block, we're redirecting to the product's URL. And that's where things get a little bit tricky, because we would expect this redirect to the product's URL to be a get verb, but because we came into this action with a delete verb, as we would expect, it's then redirecting to the product's URL as a delete verb as well. And if we look at our console, we see the started delete for the product/to, and it's going to the product's controller destroy action as we would expect, but it's coming in as a turbo stream. So for our destroy action, we could add another response where we have a format.turbo_stream. And if we don't include anything here, then this is going to look for a destroy.turbostream.erb in our products folder. And that may be what you need. However, within here, we could just run a render turbo_stream. We then call the turbo stream.remove for the DOM_ID and the product. But the problem here is that we don't have access to the DOM ID because that method is part of the action view and we are in the controller. So instead, if we didn't want to have to include any other methods or modules within our controller, then we could just have a format.turbostream, and then we could create a destroy.turbostream.erb under the products folder. I just pasted this in here, and then we can just get rid of this render turbostream and just have the turbostream remove the DOM ID for the product. Because we are referencing a DOM ID for our product, we do need to come into our index action, and I'm just going to make this entire row that ID. So I'm just going to make this a content tag. We'll make it a table row, and then we can set the ID of this row to the DOM_ID of the product. We can create a block and then end it down here. And then that's all we should have to do. So to recap, we have a data turbo method delete on our destroy product. In our products controller, we set up the format turbo stream, and then we set up under the views products destroy.turbo_stream.erb the turbo stream remove for the DOM ID of our product. And so testing this out now, we can now delete our products and it works. However, if you didn't want to create that destroy.turbo_stream view file under the products, then we could just have the format turbo stream where we render the turbo stream and we have our turbo stream remove the DOM ID for the product. But then we'll need to come up at the top here and we would need to include the action view record identifier. And this record identifier will give us access to the DOM_ID method. So if we save that and come back to our application, it works just the same. But then we have to address the issue of the confirmation dialog not showing. And so the easiest way to handle this is going to be with a stimulus controller. So I'll have a data controller, and I'm just going to call this the confirmation. I'm then going to create a confirmation message value. So we are using Stimulus 2.0 here by default. And then we'll also have an action, and we'll take this to the confirmation controller and the confirm action. And so essentially what we want to happen is whenever we click the destroy link, we want a message dialog to pop up to give us a continue or a cancel button. If they hit the cancel button, we want to make sure that we are not deleting the product. If they hit OK or continue, then we wanted to go ahead and delete the product and remove it from our view. So under the app assets JavaScript controllers, I'm going to create a confirmation_controller.js, and I'm going to insert in some boilerplate code for stimulus. Instead of a static target, we're just going to have some values, and that's going to be equal to the message because that's what we referenced within our view, and we'll make it a string. We then need a confirm, and we can pass in the event here, and then we can do a check. We can check if not the window.confirm, and then we need to pass in some kind of message, so we can pass in this.message value. Then we can prevent the default, and in some cases, you may need to also pass in the stop immediate propagation. And that's all we have to do here. And so now we can come back to our application and refresh. And if we click to destroy one of the records, we now get our confirmation dialog. If we hit cancel, then no action is taken. However, if we try this again and we hit OK, then the record is deleted. And so I don't think this is a perfect solution yet, because in our view, it would be really nice if we didn't have to specify all of this for the confirmation. It would be nice if we had a way where we could just have one confirmation message value with this one string and not have to specify the controller action, but we don't have any kind of global listening stimulus controller yet. But this does at least get us back to a working functionality that we would expect with Rails Vue.js. And you should also be able to use the data turbo method delete for logging out with devise or other authentication methods. whereas until now we would have to use a button 2 to get that functionality working. Well, that's all for this episode. Thanks for watching.